Hello, welcome back. So we found. Oh, sorry, hang on. He wants to talk to us. How do I talk to you? There we go.
We should think about calling
Kim
it a
wants to
day,
talk to us.
maybe. The nights are still miserably cold this time of year.
I haven't paid the cafeteria manager the damages
We
yet,
should take care of that, then.
but I don't have the money.
Let's talk to him anyway. An officer of the RCM shouldn't be sleeping in the streets. We'll figure something out.
Though he finds this situation frustrating, he is doing his best to not make you feel any worse than you already do.
Yeah. All right, back we go. When we were last playing, we discovered the source of the curse. Is this Emma's atelier? No, not that one. Yeah, we discovered the source of the curse was in fact just poor business planning from a number of equally poor businesses. Oh, how do I get out? Oh, there was another door out, wasn't there, Kenny? It was down this way. Because it was down out there. Yeah, we explored the basement and found a number of things, including a chimney, which led to us having a brief conversation with a ghostly woman who was not a ghostly woman. She was just a woman who lived in a chimney. You know, like normal. You're still sat there? It's late. There's a person we haven't spoken to before. I'll talk to them quickly, and then we will talk to the manager. It's all about money, you know. That guy's still asleep. I never found that song to sing. Hey, buddy.
Can I help you?
Here's your trash container key.
Thanks. I hope you found what you were looking for.
I found the victim's clothes.
How strange. I certainly didn't put them there.
Could someone on yourself have put them there?
Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. I can vouch for all my stuff. None of us would tamper with the crime scene.
Well, who else has keys to the trash container?
Trash collection service? CS Municipal. I don't see why they would put anything in the trash, though.
Ah, the elusive CS Municipal.
Maybe someone from the mob that did the lynching were...
This will have to be one of those little threats that solves itself down the road.
Okay.
Thank you anyway.
Thanks. Let's talk about something else. So about that money I owe.
Yes. Have you got it?
I was wondering if we could come to some sort of arrangement for tonight.
Does that arrangement include you paying me what we already agreed you owe me?
Kimmy's about to say something. Let
I
him.
understand your predicament.
I'm gonna let him speak. He's better at talking than I am.
I feel I must remind you that we are here to conduct an important investigation that also affects your business.
Yeah, he's just shining a torch directly in his face.
Forgive me for saying this, but your colleague seems more committed to drinking, and
He shrinks back a bit under the lieutenant's severe gaze.
Get him, Kim!
I
Thank
mean
goodness
no
for Kim.
offense. It's really nothing personal. I just have to protect the interests of this establishment.
Hold on, I still have my key,
Good
you know.
luck trying to use it. All the locks have an electronic component. They have to be unlocked down here with a master key before your guest key will open the lock.
This conversation's going, where is it?
Not until you bring me...
Okay. I might have something in my motor carriage we can use when you're done here.
I really didn't want to resort to this. The man is thinking.
Oh, Lieutenant, we're done here.
I've seen something here at the Whirling Gart. I think I need to talk
What
about.
thing?
I saw the sign that the mess hall is reserved for the Union.
Yes, not the whole damn Union, thank God. Just the nastiest and loudest faction. They come here in the evenings. Dumb, unruly types. Think they're big shit. But they're good customers. They place big orders and always pay on time.
All right.
He hates the Union, but grudgingly recognizes its power over him. So he's directing his frustration at you instead. Retaliate.
It's a shame you got to suck up to the Union stay afloat.
I don't. I'm simply providing a service, or really facilitating the offering of services to paying customers, and it doesn't matter. I don't have to explain myself to you.
We should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info.
How do we find
We
them?
don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later. Men get hungry, even men on strike.
Whee! I need to remember to do that before I start recording, but still fun. All right.
You glance at the clock on the wall behind the manager. Huh.
It's after 4 p.m. The sign said reserved starting 4 p.m. Why isn't anyone in the mess hall?
Good question.
They're probably getting drunk or protesting something somewhere, or laying low after the, lynching.
Why is that?
They probably fucking killed that guy or something, and that's why.
I have a feeling we'll make their acquaintance sooner or later.
There's something else I want to ask about.
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the whirling later.
Goodbye. All right. Let's try and see if there's anything worth seeing in the mess hall. Alcohol and tomatoes. What's up there? Yeah, I'll take it.
You see a heavy steel door with a
This is probably a freezer.
you immediately feel drawn to the color. Blue is for mystery. The cobalt blue surface feels rough to touch. The stainless steel
it
door
feels like it's
is
probably
flush
the
with
freezer.
its frame on every side. It leads to a side building adjacent to this one.
Oh, okay.
The old building next to this, half ruined.
I'll be
Until
back
the
door.
other has been
Mark
opened.
my words.
The door does not budge.
I wonder where this door leads.
Yuzu? It's a door in the back of the kitchen. Why do you care where it leads?
It's part of the Whirling in Rags. There's something about this place that makes me want to know.
Eccentric. But okay, I suppose we could look into it. As a side investigation.
Now you're coming round,
He's
Kim.
not bothered by your eccentricity. He seems genuinely intrigued himself.
The door in the door in the main investigation will merge into a stereo investigation.
You say so. Gart is the person to ask about this. The cafeteria manager.
All right. Well, we'll go ask him in a minute. We're not his faves. That much we have established. Hey, how you doing?
Hello again, sweetie.
I gotta get going now. Good talk. All right. So, Sweetie needs money. Does Sweetie get money? Feels so rude.
Can I help you?
God, I saw another thing at the Whirling.
Another thing. Great. I love those.
There's a mysterious blue steel door at the back of the kitchen.
Oh, yes, that door, sure. There's nothing mysterious about it. It's just a door.
Do you know anything about it? Do you know what's behind it? Do you have...
No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there. And I don't care either. It's not like I've been wondering about it for 10 years. It's just a frit warehouse, probably.
That sounds like you've been wondering about it for 10 years.
Or some boring storage space with a bunch of old junk and dust. Junk and...
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not convincing.
I think you'd like to know what's back there.
Fine, okay, a little. But my job doesn't...
I have a
leave
crowbar.
time for wondering about one
I have no
locked
physical
door
upper body
and
strength,
one of the
but I
catches
do have a
I
crowbar.
manage. So, I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though, after the animals. And I haven't found a key, so good luck with that.
Alright,
Yes?
bye. Crowbar!
You see a heavy steel door. The door doesn't.
Okay, I can't use the crowbar. Using the union box. Well, what? Okay, can I open the union box still? Still closed for me? Oh, can I get to there? Yeah, I can. Pick up some money that was on the floor. Now it's not on the floor no more. I'm gonna go upstairs and see if I can just break into my door. Like, Wait, I broke a window.
The door is closed. There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on. Somewhere inside, a tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you.
Swallow the
The
emotion.
door is closed.
That ain't cool. Well, we know who's in there. Also, we can just climb in through here. No. That's further away than I remember. Okay, well, let's go to the car then, Kim. Doo-ba-doo-doo, doo-ba-doo-doo-doo. Skibidi-bow, scoobity-boo, everything is fine, how are you? To the car! I have just only 75.26 real to go.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio.
I have something here we could sell. Look in the back, in the suspect transport enclosure.
Ooh. Transport enclosure. Regular people just call it the cage. The cage at the back of the motor carriage looks rather uncomfortable.
I mean, it's a
Four
cage.
sharp caps are stacked against the seat. Their silver edges sparkle in the dark.
I confiscated these for a little while back. We can take them to the pawn shop down by the Martinez Canal.
What do you mean
A
confiscated
couple
them?
of weeks ago, I stopped a young man for going slower than the speed of traffic. Turns out he was some coalition official's son and high.
So you took his spinners?
Mm-hmm. I took them and arrested him for driving under the influence.
Isn't that corruption?
I don't know. Is it? I was going to take them into evidence, but they weren't necessary for conviction. He never asked for them back.
Did you want to put these spinners on your machine?
No, that would be silly. I don't know why I kept them. It doesn't matter. I couldn't put them on this MC anyway. A cop with spinners. That would be outrageous.
Yeah, outrageously cool.
He flashes a smile, barely visible in the dark.
I'm sorry you have to sell them because of me.
As I said, they are useless anyway. I should have remembered I have these earlier.
But thank you.
What are those
There are
things?
spinner hubcaps, frivolous things you put on your wheels. When the wheels come to a stop, the caps keep on spinning. There's no real use for them, it's just for vanity.
Thanks. I appreciate your help.
The lieutenant nods as you take the... Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally, and now we know your copper type.
Well, there are copper types?
Yes. Guess what's yours?
Sorry, cop. I'm sorry, I'm not sure.
Yes, sorry cop. The cop who's sorriest. Let's make it official then, shall we? Huge lack of enthusiasm going on in here.
Okay, what are the other copper types?
Oh, you know, Apocalypse, Superstellar, the Advanced Interesting Cop, Liquid Shadow Cop. But you're too sorry to say those things. So, here we go.
Will the other copper types be jealous?
Jealous of the sorry cop? I think they'll be fine. Don't worry. They'll be super, super fine. It'll be totally okay. You can dual copper type from sorry to anything.
I'm sorry.
Of course you are. It's okay. See if you can get something out of this, like info. Or maybe every time you say you're sorry, you get $1 million.
Alright,
That won't happen.
I'm into that. +1 pain threshold. No, let's... Oh, okay. What is the solution? What does it get? +/-1 authority and barrier... Oh, no. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, that's what that does. Anyway. I do feel bad, though, that we've had to sell Kim's dope spinners because we are bad at our job. Hey, friend? Oh, the pawn shop's down here, isn't it? I thought we were going to that guy, but no, there's a pawn shop here. Oh, hang on. A sewer grate. A gateway to a river of filth. Well, that's a nice way of putting that, isn't it? Some kind of machine, an antique cash register. Bust of a woman, the plaque simply says DEI. In the dark, a film projector is wearing away. Mostly military wear with a few more eccentric fashions thrown in. What's this?
A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps. The light pole has been carefully cut, and the wiring has been redone and attached to a standard indoor plug. The light buzzes faintly, but persistently. This would make quite a statement in your living room.
Is that a street light?
Yes, officer. As you see, it's in perfect working order.
Where'd you get this?
It was brought to me to be altered.
We are not here to investigate the theft of city property. You have to admit it's rather clever. What he's
Yeah, I
done.
mean, it's well worded. It's just, I don't know. How much for the street light?
700 real. A bargain, I dare say.
Even taking into account the risk of obtaining the light, it seems a bit steep.
There's also the matter of rewiring. But the most important transformation is the light's placement among ordinary indoor fixtures, which has adjusted its morphological field. The light became suitable for use inside the home just a few days ago.
Ah, okay. What's up there?
The boomboxes on the shelf look well loved and well traveled. Chipped, dented, they stare at you with the unblinking eyes of their tape reels. One especially catches your eye.
Ooh.
Deep gold and amber plastic with a big old handle on top. A classic boombox.
Hey, you!
that says
In the booth.
Stereo 8 approved. This is you. Golden orange.
Yeah.
A sunset suite.
Yeah.
Just make sure it works before you buy it.
This stereo approved machine here.
It's a Harman Welsh W2, made in Vespa, designed in Seoul. Plays all reel-to-reel format. 2mm, 8mm, 12mm. It's even got a little radio in there.
I can afford that, but I can't afford that. We're selling Kim's rims because we're trying to pay. What I really want to know is, could this device come in handy in police work?
If police work means playing tapes, sure. You
Okay.
can use it for that. Or any other time you'd need to play a tape.
Are you sure this is all in working order?
Absolutely. I've tested each one myself with recordings of speech, found sounds and music from a variety of genres, even though I don't really like music.
Oh, you're a joy. He's a joy. What about this? What's in the cabinet
You see
of weird?
rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on
Is it
horseback,
raining?
others
Where's that
in
noise?
rags, others yet in
Someone
bright
peeing in
blue
here?
uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty. Try to find something pretty and cool here. Then use it to win her back.
Win her back?
Yes. Buy something nice. A figurine. This sounds off. You shouldn't trust this guy. Why?
Yeah.
What's this? A headless man riding a horse. A headless man wearing futuristic tracksuit trousers that say foul.
What is this?
Oh, that's the Headless Phone Rider.
Who?
The Headless Phone Rider. It's an urban legend about a man who rides the streets of
Is this a real urban legend?
Revolution
Or
on
are you just
horseback.
making it up?
As you see,
Also,
he's
what's that
missing
sound?
his head. 50 cents. Bargain price. I'll throw in the tiny cap too. I think he's looking for it, or something. That part of the story has many interpretations.
I mean, 50
He
cents.
lost his cap when he lost his head. Perhaps he's looking for the head. Big men on big horses, clad in lamella armor and carrying flintlocks, the kind that would mow down a line of enemy soldiers in the blink of an eye.
Who are they?
Franco-Nigerian knights. I used to be very serious about these guys.
A long, long time ago.
Uh,
They're not all blue. These figurines also wear gold coats and caps, complemented by orange trousers.
Are these-
They are variously posed, wielding swords and rifles with bayonets.
Are these royalist soldiers?
Which ones? Ah, those. Yes, they are. I find the paint job a bit...
Kinda want the
gaudy, but
horsemen.
Children like the bright colours indiscriminately.
This set of soldiers isn't meant to look impressive. A few have rifles, but most of them carry pistols.
These
Some
like the
carry
revolutionaries?
shovels and tall sticks.
Are these even soldiers?
You're probably talking about the revolutionaries.
I
yes?
said it.
Yes, they are soldiers. Revolutionary soldiers. I think their poverty has been exaggerated for effect. When you place them next to the royalists, it doesn't seem like they could possibly win.
It's meant to give people hope. Even we can do it.
Maybe.
I'm gonna
Did
buy
I
it.
mention that this figurine is supposed to be lucky? Always carry it with you.
Sorry, Kim.
Hey,
Who, me?
yes, you. Word on the street is you're ready to start building communism again.
How come there's word on the
You
street?
keep saying things like, down with the bourgeoisie,
Yep.
eat the rich, sodomize the landowners.
Didn't say that.
Compel all people who have more than 25 real in their pockets.
Nope.
Literally murder all human beings, regardless of their political beliefs. That kind of stuff.
I've said some mildly left-wing things, but none of those.
Oh yes, the mask of ambivalence. Don't deny it. You're about to rip it off and reveal the monstrous seven-eyed lamb of global communism that would devour and masticate mankind. Everyone can see that. So tell me, do you have any questions before we fire up the big communism builder?
But,
Or
wait,
do we get right down to it?
am I just becoming a communist? What is this? Wait, first, what is this communism even about?
Failure. It's about failure.
Failure.
Yes, abject failure. Total, irreversible defeat on all fronts. Absolutely vanquished. Beaten.
So, I don't
stomped and
agree with
stomped.
communism. It, like, most systems of government don't
You
work,
reverse the
just in
fortunes
general,
of the workers of the world.
because people happen. Because technically speaking, like, there are communist countries in the world that are not really great to live in.
You alone, against
So I wouldn't
every
say I'm
living
communist.
thing, against every human alive. 800 trillion real. in
I
the
do feel like
hands
people
of
should be paid fairly,
possibly well-organized ruling
but,
class.
like, you know,
Towering city blocks of bankmen who have
and have
the
access to
jail
things like
of
healthcare.
million-headed armies of nations
And
for the
education.
love of your own mother.
But I don't think that's communism. I think that's just caring about people.
You against the atom, the charm and the spin, where the whole world fell. Matter failed to bend to human will. Human will failed to get out of bed and tie its laces. You alone, single-handedly, will rebuild the dreams of the working class. You are the last communist. Now get to work, comrade.
I mean, the other option is kind of depressing, so I guess I'm going to roll up my sleeves.
Oh yeah, get the firing squad.
Oh, wait, whoa, 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 whoa. What, firing squad? You didn't say anything about those.
To back out now. You can't make an omelette without...
See what I mean? This is not good. It's not good. It's not a good system. Alright, anyway, let's talk to this guy about selling these rims.
Don't mind. Please put the flashlight away. Some of us have photonic sensitivities.
Photonic sensitivity is not generally acknowledged by the medical establishment.
Alright, sorry about that.
I do appreciate it.
I'll put the crowbar away as well, I suppose. A bunch of stuff I could maybe sell. Anyway, hello.
It's not often that I see officers from the RC.
I don't like
pawn
not
shop.
being able to just shine my light in people's faces.
What can I do for you?
This courtesy is not insincere, but He prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light across the walls of the shop.
It's shameful how insufficient the police presence is in these
I
parts.
haven't had any problems myself, though some of my customers have complained about inconsistent law enforcement.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travellers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake. People who are terminally bored.
I'm just shaking my head instead of shining lights.
As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
Honestly, some of your selections are more tasteful than others. Quite the collection. I may have something to add to it.
Keeps me entertained.
I mean, I'll try it.
Feeling
Oh, wow.
and enthralled by the movement of light.
I did it.
While the mind continues to race forward. Lucky bastard. He's probably on Parolidon. It's tough to come by on the street.
Pyroholidon, what's
A
that?
drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic side effects. And it makes your eyes turn yellow.
Is it me or is it really warm in here?
I try to keep the shop at a comfortable temperature.
There's a note of indignation in his voice. Interesting. Those triangle patches on his vest, you have a feeling they mean something, like they're similar to the halogen rectangle on your jacket.
Say what's with the triangles on your vest?
I was with the Emergency Relief Brigade. You know, after the People's Pile disaster. Had to take Parolidon for radiation sickness. That's what you were hinting at just now, wasn't it?
He's taken for mental and emotional, not physical pain these days.
Tell me more about this emergency relief brigade you were part of.
We were an all-volunteer force, self-organized. Tried to help the fire brigades contain the spill.
Okay.
I lived by the river since I was a small boy. The Esperance didn't have the art to let it all go to shit without trying to do something to help out. There wasn't much the volunteer force could do, however. We wasted years in the river mud. Years getting sick.
The People's Power, what is that?
Bad idea. Some poor leftist built a particle decay generator.
Oh,
in
no,
hopes
that's
of
not the
bringing
way.
Affordable electricity to underserved communities. It malfunctioned.
Like,
Radioactive waste
it's a
everywhere.
nice idea to try and give
Probably some
everyone
of it in you too.
electricity, but like,
The People's
That-
Pile
don't just
was a
build
Type U
a
particle
radioactive
decay
generator.
that failed immediately after entering service.
Oh.
Releasing radioactive waste into River Esperance.
why is it? What is a particle decay
A primitive
generator?
nuclear reactor, also called a pile.
Why is it called the People's Power?
Construction began during the Commune of Revision. The people continued work on it after the Commune fell.
Yeah, so
They
there's
wanted
an
a
argument
cheap
for
source of
trying to
energy
make
for
cheap source of
Revision
energy,
West.
but like,
Needless to say,
if you
things
don't know what you're
didn't
doing,
work out.
don't touch anything radioactive. Stay very far away.
An emergency
Why did it
valve
fail?
defect resulted in steam pressure blowing the turbine, taking the fuel containment vessel up in the explosion. Both the faulty design and lack of finances contributed to the catastrophe.
It must have been tough radioactive cleanup.
There's a reason why everyone's tried to forget any of it ever happened, and why no one has tried to repair or replace the pile. So much disappointment and early deaths. Cancer mostly.
Chris,
No
what was it?
one's. Everyone's.
So much bitterness.
A bunch of poor people built themselves a primitive nuclear reactor, hoping for the best. What do you think is going to happen?
Yep.
The cleanup happened 15 years ago. I was young then. Later, my second aunt died. Left me this shack and all the assorted junk in it. So I came to Martinez. People told me don't go there. It's a shithole. I said, people, we just had a nuclear pile meltdown.
Fair.
I'm gonna get as far away from Forberg as I can. Still in the same city, but
Thank you for telling me.
I like the theory more than the story. Outward movement, not vortices.
Yeah, you gotta get in on those vortices, my man.
Care to show... No, the man's... Care to show your pyrohologen
Have you
to me?
tried it before?
The lieutenant steps away, pretending to admire some of the knickknacks on display. Looks
Just saying,
he
like, do you
doesn't
mind if I
want
take
to
some of
get
your drugs?
involved. Go ahead then, he thinks. As long as you can walk straight, I don't care. He won't be your nog, but he won't be thrilled about this either.
I haven't, but don't worry, I can take it.
If you say so. Here you go, man.
Right,
Not
we
so
can sell
sure.
that later. I'm not going to take it. Right, why wouldn't I be sure?
Because it's an anti-radiation drug, and you're a cop, not a post-apocalyptic scavenger.
I should change my mind. I don't need
I
me.
respect your decision, officer. What else can I help you with?
You might be able to do our
I
investigation.
doubt it, but I can try and answer any questions you may have.
Do you know anything about the recent
I do
hanging?
my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business. Bad for everyone.
He doesn't know anything.
Actually, that's what I got.
Pawnbroker's gaze is
By the way-
already fixed on the dancing colours.
Do you happen to have any guns, like the ones carried by officers of the Citizens
Someone
Militia?
else came here earlier today asking the same question. I promptly sold her the gun you pawned a couple days back.
This is a pawn shop, and it did feel as if you've met before. Oh God.
Okay, that's our gun.
Countenance shifts from one foot to another. Alert.
Wait, I sold you my gun?
You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. Said you were undeserving of a service weapon of the Revachol Citizens Militia. And I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off the charts photon emissions. The
Okay, well, that's a
only
clue to where my gun is.
He's not telling you the whole story. It seems he's trying to spare you.
I feel like there's something you're not telling me.
You weren't quiet yourself, officer.
What was I like?
You were very distraught. You said the gun was a threat to your life and that you can't trust yourself with it tonight. And that you need the money. When I said that I don't normally buy firearms, you put the gun barrel in your mouth and sort
Okay.
of sucked on it. Then I agreed to take it.
I'm so sorry you had to see me in that state. We don't have to talk about it any further.
No apologies necessary, officer.
Was the buyer a policeman too?
She didn't seem like a policeman, although she kept referring to herself as a pig, which was odd. I found her interest in the gun a bit,
Do you know her name / where she lives?
but I was just happy to get rid of it, and of her. Truth be told, she was terrifying.
Right, so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm, issued by the Citizens Militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinez with it?
Yep.
Miraculously, his face does not reveal what's happening inside.
I don't like it either. What if she intends to commit a crime and blame it on the Citizens Militia?
You're right that she could cast aspersions on the force. We have to find her.
Any idea where I can find this buyer?
My apologies, officer, but I have no idea where she was coming from or where she went.
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it now.
At least now I know
Just
how I
as the
lost
hunt
my
for
sidearm.
there's somewhere.
Let's talk about something else.
Of course.
Something I'd like to
Yes,
sell.
we'd like to sell these hubcaps.
Roy takes the hubcaps from the lieutenant and inspects them. The spinners appear iridescent in the dancing light of his pawn shop.
Yes, these are very, very good. Did you defraud some foreign prince for them? Jump-a-mesque banger?
No, I took them from a
No
dude.
matter.
Maybe we
I'll
can
give
buy him
you
back.
200 real.
No one was defrauded or jumped, I assure you.
Of course, I meant no offense.
Hopefully,
200
maybe we
real
can come
for
back
you,
and buy
officer.
them.
Delightful doing business with
Get them
you.
for Kim.
Do come again.
Thank you. Here's the 100 real you need for your bill. Do not waste it.
The rest is for him, to compensate for the pain of being separated from his radiant spinners. The windfall is a small consolation.
Anything else you're thinking of selling? Anything else you're thinking of selling?
I want to keep that because that's a friendly thing that a friend gave me. A shot put ball. The gun. You don't like buying guns, so we've established that. No, I'm okay. I'd like to sell my clothes.
I'm not purchasing any more clothing at the moment, and especially that tie. It swallows photons around it. I have no need for necrotic objects.
Your mother is a necrotic.
God, he's
I'm
back.
Son. Look at me sparking in the light of the projector.
Thank you, Necktie. I don't have anything to sell at the
Another
moment.
time, perhaps.
I have other business to take care of for now.
Lonesome, long way home.
Okay.
Here
Here
we
we
go. Home awaits. Walk past Station 41 and through the market, past the Boogie Street spearhead to the other side of the lake, the frozen eye at the center of the district. Then, past the video rental store on the corner. There, at the end of a street lined with pine trees, a small house no larger than a matchbox, 11 Voyager Road. You no longer live there. Those times are gone. And so are those people. Why did you come here? Why are you still
This system is really interesting. I
dealer?
don't know quite how I feel about it yet.
To work.
The
That's
like
all you have
thoughts. My learning cap for perception is raised to 5, and speed gives 1 psi. Okay. Okay. Cool. I also found some information about my gun. Okay. Right. Well, let's go pay for the damages, and then go rest, and that'll probably be us for the day. Yeah, maybe at some point we can come back and like buy the rims back for Kim, because like he wanted those, and I feel bad for taking them. He was very kind to give them to us, but wait,
Can I help you? Yes. Have you got it?
yes,
Well,
here it is. Sorry for the trouble.
great. Thank you, officer. That's all I wanted. Payment for services rendered. If you continue to stay here, I just ask that you please pay your nightly bill in advance starting tomorrow. The electronic lock to your room has been disabled till 9 p.m. tomorrow. Please pay for each night in advance starting tomorrow. 20 real per night.
I'll take a room here too.
Of course. Always happy to have officers from the RCM as guests. Anything else I can do for you?
Bye. So wait, can I? Okay, so I have to pay 20 each night. So I've got it for tonight, and I have to pay another 20 each day. To be able to get back.
This is the door to the room you redecorated.
Good night,
Just a
Lieutenant.
moment. You had some questions earlier, I believe. And besides, we should discuss our progress on the investigation. Let's go out to the balcony.
Alright, let's go. I'm still wearing these gloves. I should have taken them off by now. I was wearing them because we were going to get a body down, you know what I mean? And I was like, oh, I should
Outside is
do that.
brisk. The lieutenant is silent for a moment. He listens to the traffic hum. Then,
So here's my question: do I want to level up some other stuff, or do I want to? I will save that and think about it later.
Where shall we begin? We should talk about the investigation, first and foremost. But I also remember you wanting to discuss the RCM.
I didn't know you smoked,
I
Kim.
have a cigarette every night when I go over my notes. It's something of a ritual.
oh man, he looks so devastatingly cool with that cigarette.
How did you get so cool, Kim?
This isn't cool. It's an unnecessary trial of will.
True story.
Unhealthy.
Keeping
An excellent way of
up with
describing
the
smoking.
parameters he's given himself takes a lot of focus. It would be easier to simply quit.
Right then, the debrief.
Yes. It's been a long and eventful day.
How do you think today went?
Well, you were so hungover that you couldn't keep it down when we approached the hanged man. So we didn't even inspect the body. But we performed a thorough search of the premises of the crime scene. That's great.
Though you really dropped the ball on inspecting the body, he doesn't want you to feel too discouraged. Probably out of fear that you'll just give up and keep drinking.
Don't worry, Kim. I thought it'd be up for inspecting the body
I
tomorrow.
look forward to that. As for the interviews, we weren't able to find the union leader, Everard Clare, much less interview him.
Okay.
So that's on the to-do list for tomorrow. We didn't talk to the Wild Pines rep. We really must do that tomorrow. Above all, though, today was exhausting. What's with all the running? You run a lot. Is that a standard Precinct 41 practice?
I don't like to waste time, you know. My mind moves fast, the rest has to try and keep up.
It's impressive, especially for a man your age. And in those hills. Nice shoes, by the way. I like the green. Goes with the orange.
So what are your powers exactly, the
They're quite
RCM?
limited, actually. The power officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia exercise most frequently is imposing fines of up to 1,000 real for offenses, in
that-
accordance with an interdepartmental schedule.
Why not more?
The RCM's primary role is to ensure safety. We are not really supposed to play any part in the economic structure of Revachol.
Wouldn't that be an easy power to
Yes,
abuse?
although indirectly, as citizens can always request records from their local station. Officers of the RCM have been known to take bribes of less than the prescribed fine amount. It undermines trust in the RCM.
Okay, what else?
We can arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing someone in directly, it's preferable to serve a station closely. It prevents confusion and overcrowding.
Wait, how can you be sure the arrestee will show up?
You can't. Those who don't show up become fugitives, though, and have fewer legal rights when they are
It seems like an
eventually
awkward way of doing policing.
It's about power projection. Thus far, they seem to mostly show up.
When power calls you, you come. But power itself is a fragile trick of perception.
I see, and if someone
We are
resists...
permitted to use whatever force we deem necessary, even lethal.
Wait, so if I kill someone while on
You
duty...
have to supply compelling evidence for why it was necessary to
Good.
use lethal force. In these cases, your partner is usually your witness.
Less good.
Not a good position to be in, by the way. Internal Affairs handles these cases thoroughly, by cross-examining you for inconsistencies. It is hard to cover
Okay.
for anyone, which is for the best.
You ever killed anyone, Kim?
Yes. The last time was 4 years ago.
He says it matter-of-factly and moves on.
Have I killed
That's
anyone?
an improbability. Perhaps even impossibility.
I don't even know if I want to know.
Precinct 41 is known for a higher-than-average rate of police violence.
He's not judging you. He's respectfully acknowledging the difficulty of working in your precinct.
What happens to the people we convict?
We don't convict. We arrest and send them to coalition government courts in Couron and La Delta. The prosecution works off our testimonies and records, which is why it's paramount to keep them.
And who makes all these
The
rules?
coalition government and the moral intern more broadly. The RCM was formed by the coalition government to restore order in the international zone after the revolution. So we did. Now we attempt to maintain that order. No more, no less.
Okay.
Or perhaps it is better to say we were allowed to form. It's a point of contention whether the citizens of Revachol or the coalition government founded the RCM. Silence. A great comment to such a conundrum.
A moral intern, what's that?
The Moralist International are the world's largest political organization. You know who they are. They have been running this place after the revolution failed.
If I didn't know, how would you describe
They're a
them?
union of center-left and center-right parties across the Real Belt. Our coalition government is just one of its many projects. They also
So,
run the ICP.
the lore of this
REA,
place is so
most
intricate and
intergovernmental organizations in the world.
like a web of interweaving bureaucracy. What do they believe in?
What do they believe in? They are Dolorians. They believe they continue the humanist project set forth by Her Innocence Dolores Day 4 centuries ago. Others say they are just technocrats.
Those others say they continue the humanist project set forth by Dolores Day.
What is their symbol?
Interesting question. It's a blue forget-me-not. Their motto is love, compassion, self-discipline. I think you can gauge what they want you to think of them from that.
Yeah.
Something kind and usual. Something almost self-explanatory. Something ominous.
Who is Dolores Day?
A historic figure? The author of the modern age? You will have to look elsewhere for opinions. The subject of humanism is too abstract for me.
What do you think of them?
The moral intern are a fact. I try not to have opinions on facts until they change. And it doesn't look like that's about to happen.
Interesting way of living.
It is more than that. There's some kind of affection in him.
You like the moral intern?
Yes, I did, when I was younger. In my 20s, I considered myself a moralist. A blue forget-me-not, a piece of the sky. They're not all that bad.
That's another leitmotif associated with moralism.
But the years have changed that. I don't know what I believe in now. No, I believe in the RCM. That's enough for me.
I have an opinion on moral
Do you?
intern. Things are bad out here. We need them here, giving us the right to police forever, sure.
In fact, we would need them even if you didn't think that way. We are in what is called the twilight of international law. The laws we claim to enforce come from the MI. Without them, we are simply vigilantes.
Yeah, vigilantes sound bad.
Sadly, it is what we already are to the people of Martinez. Most of them, at least, especially the Union. Vigilantes. I expect our job here to prove quite challenging.
Thank you for this.
Yeah, it's getting very cold now. Let's go.
Okay. Well, we learned a little bit about Kim. And ourselves. Today we have become a communist, apparently. And the sorry cop. Good night, Kim. Can I have another conversation with the mirror?
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
I'll let it be for now. Alright, let me take off my rubber gloves. Take off my shoes. Take off my jacket. And take off my tie. To bed I go!
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful.
To bed.
The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes.
Morning's here.
And then sleep. And then sleep doesn't come.
Oh, but I want to sleep. This feels too real right now.
Obviously, you're in bed with your eyes closed, but it's not happening.
Why?
Maybe it's the bed's fault. Its synthetic filling has separated into hard lumps.
That actually
pillowcase
is also
smells
very
oddly.
real.
It barely covers your toes, stretching over your soft belly. This is your body here, intimate and warm, breathing. Under your thrumming eyelids, you see a dizzying array of colors. You won't get off this carousel quite so easily. It's a little better. Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still litter your mind. Part of you is still trying to solve the case, isn't it?
Who killed him? Who?
Something to do with, what was it that the lieutenant said? Union? And it's gone again. Your thoughts lost between the slowing brain waves.
No more thoughts. Fall asleep
Your
now.
breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch in your sleep and images start forming.
Okay, well we're in a dream, but that feels like a good place to leave that. Yeah. Okay, so lots to unpack. I still really like the thoughts system. I don't know whether I'm going to put points into thoughts or whether I'm going to level up a different way or something. I'm not sure yet, but I do know that I'm intrigued by the way this game plays. Yeah. It's weird and cool. I'm really enjoying it. It feels like I can do a lot of things and still have nothing happen. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that like I can investigate so much and still it feels very much so like I am investigating a crime and just like sometimes there's just dead ends, you can't do anything about it. Yet the main thing, I mean, if in real life I would hope that Kim would like get down the body and investigate it itself if one person can't handle it. Then again, at the same time, I would hope he wouldn't be 3 days hungover. Yeah, a weird game, to be sure, but I'm really enjoying it. I'm really loving the way it all works. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you did, please do the YouTubey stuff down below, like, subscribe, all that jazz. Yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Be kind to yourselves, and be kind to each other, because kindness is a choice. It's not always the easiest choice, but it is 10 out of 10 times the right choice. Take care.